The Epstein files fallout has dragged former royals and seasoned politicians into the fire. Britain's former US envoy, Peter Mandelson, he has been arrested and released on bail, pending further investigation into suspected misconduct in public office. In fact, reports suggest Mandelson was questioned on passing sensitive and potentially market-moving information to Jeffrey Epstein in 2009 when he was a senior minister in the British government. This is set to include an internal report discussing ways the United Kingdom could raise money, especially after the 2008 global financial crisis, including by selling off government assets. Now, Mandelson's questioning, it comes just 4 days after ex-Prince Andrew's arrest, with the former royal also suspected of misconduct in public office. In fact, we spoke to Epstein survivor Rena O, who told us about her encounters with the late sex offender's key associate, Ghislaine Maxwell.
She showed me a different side of her, and I had not really known anything more about Ghislaine other than I met her one time at the townhouse. I didn't know who she was. I just knew her name. Actually met her 2 times before, but I never spent time with her. I realized that she was a very dark, person when she showed me this closet full of like weird toys that she was obviously using on the girls down in that property, because she told me that was her closet. And she had me meet her upstairs in the bedroom because she had something to show me. And Jeffrey took me up there and she just looked at me with a smile like she wanted to hurt me. That's one of the things I saw in Florida. The way he was behaving was very different. Like he was more like controlling, and I don't know, there's like this big like power dynamic play that took place. And if for instance, when we were traveling back on the private jet, I like sat in the front seat of the private jet and he gave me the dirtiest look. Like, how dare you sit in the front seat? And I had never seen that side of Jeffrey Epstein before. And so it just didn't feel right, the whole thing. And spending an entire week with them, I didn't like their energy and their vibe. Like it was wrong. Like I didn't want to be around them. Like it just felt, I was very uncomfortable.
Rena, were you also being introduced to his clients?
I was being shown around to some of these strange men. I don't know why they were taking me out and showing me to like older men, and I didn't understand. He displayed a photograph of me on his desk. I'm sure it's somewhere. I don't know if they're in those files, but he definitely had it framed, and I wasn't the only one. There was an entire lineup of photographs of girls, and everyone knew that was me when I walked into the house. I don't like that either.
Rena, when you first encountered Jeffrey Epstein, did you fully understand the situation that you were stepping into?
No, not at all. I thought I was just meeting another wealthy art collector in New York City, and I had been to a lot of other townhouses in that neighborhood, not on 71st Street, but like maybe 65th Street, 67th Street. No, I was not expecting that at all. And now looking back, I don't know, I wish I'd never met him. I wish that I'd never gone over to his house. I think this definitely changed my life, just what he did. And I would have never imagined back then that he would have been engaged in all of this today. And with the files coming out, it's just so much bigger than I ever imagined. At the time, back in the early 2000s, almost everyone that I knew that was part of the New York social scene had somehow been to Jeffrey Epstein's house. This is how much of a reach he had. There are people that I met outside of his house that, and then we would talk And that's, for some reason, his name came up. And this happened more than once. So there are a lot of people that ended up in that townhouse.
Reno, thank you very much for sharing your story here at RT India. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the time to tell my story.